United are currently out in Moscow preparing for a training session ahead of their clash with CSKA Moscow. The Reds have travelled without Ryan Giggs, Wayne Rooney, Patrice Evra, Park Ji-sung and Darren Fletcher, whilst Dimitar Berbatov and Nemanja Vidic are still doubtful for the match but have made the trip to the Russian capital. Well, our man over in Moscow is the Manchester United correspondent, Stuart Mathieson. Stuart, thanks for joining us. You're 3 hours ahead, I think, out there in Russia. So Alex Ferguson's media briefing will be taking place soon. Do you expect any questions regarding his FA charge, Stuart?
Yeah, I think there will be, Joe. I think it's got to be asked. It doesn't have to be answered. So, to be quite honest, I don't think we'll get an awful lot from him. I think obviously we don't yet know whether he's launching an appeal. I think he probably will do. And so I don't really expect him to say much at all about it.
OK, Stuart, we'll wait and see. I was talking there about the players who haven't travelled. Let's focus on the players that are out there and the options. And I suppose the focus is going to be on defence, Rio Ferdinand, his current form. And, well, up front, with the fitness doubts over Berbatov, and obviously Rooney hasn't gone out there. Michael Owen's one of the few choices to start. How do you think it's looked shaping up team news-wise?
It's a difficult one, really, because obviously with the defence, I think the defence need to get together a little bit. Vidic, Ferdinand and Van der Sar haven't played as a unit since the final in Rome last May, or been beset with injuries. I think they need to start playing together. But then there's on the horizon is the Liverpool game on Sunday. So and we have got an artificial pitch here. Whether that's problematic for someone like Rio Ferdinand with his back and groin problems, we don't know. So it's a difficult one. But personally, I would have thought the defence needs to get together. Up front, it's another tough one because the manager does like to play one up front in Europe a lot, and that would probably be Berbatov because he can hold the ball up. But I think Michael Owen certainly needs some match time because he wasn't looking too sharp on Saturday against Bolton.
OK, well, just give us a feel for things out in Russia. United fans have obviously been out there before, haven't they, famously in 2008. What's the feel like? Many travelled out there. Have you managed to get a feel of the atmosphere out there?
Well, it's a major contrast to 2008. Obviously, that was our first all-English final. You had 50,000 fans here from England, 25,000 from United. There's going to be less than 500 here, and most of those are not coming until tomorrow. So it's a massive contrast to 2008 when we're here, and they're certainly going to get outshouted. It's a very, very expensive trip for them, especially after so many finals in recent years. OK, Stuart, well, what do you make of the performance in Europe so far? So disappointed after the end in the final last season. They've beaten two teams, got a good away result, and home results against Wolfsburg and away results in Turkey against Besiktas. What have you made of their European form? It's been very workmanlike, professional, very professional in Istanbul against Besiktas. Wolfsburg gave them a few problems, and they went behind. But United managed to overturn it. So it's put them in a very good position, really. 6 points, 100%. They can actually probably afford to lose this one tomorrow night because then they've got back-to-back home matches against CSKA Moscow and Besiktas. So and you would imagine that they'll pick up the 6 points from that, which would see them probably qualifying. So they could actually, the way they've gone about it has been very good because they go to this one tonight. A difficult one where they could afford to lose it and not overstretch themselves ahead of the visit to Anfield on Sunday. So it's a bit of a perfect scenario in many ways. OK, Stuart, thank you very much. Just describe the weather in one word. Say again, Joe.
Describe the weather in one word. Cold?
Coldish.
Coldish, OK. Stuart, we look forward to reading your match reports. Thanks a lot for joining us on the line there from Moscow. You can read what Stuart has to say, of course, in the Manchester Evening News. OK, so it looks like United will be relying on Michael Owen to lead the attack for tomorrow.